Hello everyone, I'm Master Charles and welcome back to Doki Within Remastered! Second episode is here. Last time we started off the mod about I think an hour through so far, and now we're in, hung out with the club, saw Monika again, went to the art department room with her, got some art supplies, and I don't know what's gonna happen in this episode, but I guess we're about to find out. I think we're heading back to the classroom after reading a poem, and we also told Sayori about our feelings towards Monika. So yeah, this will be very interesting. Either way, at long last the bell rings for lunch and I'm the first one out. However, I divert from my usual route and head to the roof. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I have like a hair in my mouth. That's disgusting. Okay, that's kind of gross actually. It's kind of gross, I'm not gonna lie. I told myself I'd write my poem up there, and I intend to keep to my word. Once making sure I'm alone, I dash upstairs onto the rooftop. As I'm heading up, I receive a text from Siri basically saying she told the rest of the club about her absence. I'm always thankful they won't have to ask me where she is. But still, maybe if she was here, she'd help me understand my feelings a bit better, both about this poem as well as Monika. Well, we're about to understand our feelings for Monika quite well, as if I remember correctly, it's either on this rooftop or a bit later in this mod that we actually confess our feelings, so yeah. Actually, no, it's a bit later, because I remember my original playthrough was 20 minutes for the first episode, about, like, an hour for the second and an hour for the third episode, so yeah. And I do remember for this mod I also got bored of it going into it, but that was because I wasn't really feeling up to recording DDLC anymore at that time, and now it's like I don't care what I'm recording, I'm up to making content. So, yeah. Okay. Just like last episode, I swear I always start recording at the worst times. I'll be right back. Okay, back and continue the video. I went to this temporarily blinds me, but I recover quickly. I make way to a nearby bench. It's kind of funny though. There's benches up here and barely anyone ever comes up here aside from janitors. The sounds is serene. I plug my earphones in and let the music from this morning continue as I start to write. The song that starts playing softly into my eardrums gives me the inspiration I need as I gaze past the wire fence and past the midday Sapporo skyline. Horizon. I mumble out loud to myself. A shorter poem will do. I don't need too many words. Both the music and my heart guide my pen as I try paint a picture of a feather drifting across the midsummer sky, of a song playing across the airwaves, an almost empty plane flying over the coming horizon of the night, of words only ever spoken on an empty, solitary rooftop. Monika. I faintly speak. My heart started to race. I put my poem in my bag as I finished it now. I pop my earphones out and place my hand on my chest. I breathe in. I breathe out. After a few repeats of this, I hear the door open. I look back only to retrieve my eyes just as quickly. Of course Monika shows up. Oh boy. I really hope she didn't. Oh boy. Austin? My brain really needs to stop doing that. I turn to face her. Oh, hey Monika. She gives me one of her signature smiles. Didn't think I'd see you up here. She starts walking over to me. I return the smile. Could say the same to you. What are you doing here anyway? Oh, I just need some air. Monika seems to get a little bit nervous as if there's more than she's letting on. I know, it can get stuffy in there. How about you? She takes a seat next to me on the bench. Please don't show her this kind of awkward for you. I'd say I needed the air and somewhere to think. Oh? To think about what? Monika seems curious. If I can be honest with Sarah about my hidden feelings for Monika, then I can truly be honest about as to why I'm up here. I came here because I needed somewhere quiet to write my poem. I was so exhausted last night. It's only after I say it out loud that I realized that I'm admitting to the club president that I rushed my assignment. Rather than scolding me like my brain told me she would, she smiles. You say like I'd be mad at you. I couldn't do that. What? My eyes dart back and forth between Monika and the concrete floor. Austin. Monika gets a little bit closer, but not too close for comfort. I know it's really stressful this time of year. Like with finals, so many assignments, just all of it. If you couldn't finish it, I'd perfectly understand. I go silent as I take in what Monika said. I'd forgotten how understanding she was sometimes. I unzip my bag, and after a bit of doubt, I pull out my poem. Horizon. Alone. There I stand in the center of the concrete jungle. It's dark, and in spite of the glowing streetlights, I seem to be the only one around. Walking around endlessly only gets me so far, but I soon spot a light. a beacon seeming so far yet it glistens against its surroundings and burning bright. The closer I get, the sound of a voice greets my ears. It calls my name. It's a voice I recognize. I slowly start to be blinded by the light. Straining my eyelids shut, a hand takes hold of mine, squeezing it tightly. It pulls me in, pulling me closer. I zoom open my eyes, opening myself to both the future and to the face at the end of the horizon. Wow. It's a bit longer than I'd planned, but at least it's still legible. But is it any good though? With the words I go to hand the poem to Monika. You can read it, if you'd like. I should want to wait until club? I shake my head. We can discuss it then. I sell myself short. Why is it so hard to ask Monika to read outside a club? I just want you to read it. Monika timidly takes the poem and starts to read it. Rather than watch for any visible reaction, I simply gaze out to the cityscape. Before long, the silence spell is broken by the bell. I look back at Monika and her eyes meet up for a moment. She goes to hand me back my poem, but gently, I push her hands back a bit. No, just keep it until we share at club. She doesn't say anything to hint to any uncertainty, and her eyes show a glimpse of understanding before we head back down to the depths of the school. Oh boy, yeah, we're giving our poem to Monika, having her hold on to it for us pretty much until club, so yeah, if that's not enough of a hint, then yeah, we're gonna be in a relationship soon enough with this girl at some point in this mod. Thankfully for me, and very likely the majority of the class, Mr. Honda was off sick today. If I had foresight to know that would be the case, I could have at least tidied the essay up a bit. Oh well, can't relive the past now, can I? I make my way up to a nearby vending machine. I'm a little thirsty, and since we got let out a little earlier than normal, I still got a little time before the club starts. I put my coins in, and a small can comes out soon after. As I'm reaching down for my drink, though, I can hear the echoed sounds of someone yelling. Whoever it is, they don't sound pissed off. Well, they kinda do. It sounds more defensive than anything. At the same time, I can't shake this weird feeling that the voice sounds familiar. I look to my left, and the reason for the familiar feeling comes walking quickly down the hall. Natsuki. Natsuki's eyes meet mine for a brief moment. All of a sudden, she averts her eyes and clutches them shut as she runs past me and audibly bolts upstairs. Natsuki, wait! I rush up after her. I can't but wonder what happened to Natsuki that could have made her this upset. I call out for her. Natsuki! Natsuki, where are you? After a minute or so, I see her emerge from the restroom and quicken my pace. Natsuki, give me some fucking space. Natsuki's voice came out as more of a squeak as tears form on her face. There's an awkward, weirdly heavy silence between us. Her brash reaction did catch me by surprise. Although in her defense, I wasn't going about this well in the slightest. Sorry, Natsuki. What for? I'm having a bad day, and taking that out on you. I don't mean to. More silence. Natsuki gives out a long sigh. I'm the worst. That's a little much, isn't it? Now it's true, but it's not. Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Her glistening pink eyes tell multiple stories. The two ones I can make out the clearest are ones of guilt and of someone who just wants to be valued. The second one being a side I never would have expected, if that is the case, that is. We all have bad days, some of us more than others. But those bad days don't define you. Besides, I think of something else to say. Besides, I know you didn't mean it. Why else would you be apologizing? Let's go away for a moment, processing what I've said. Oh. If I could not yawn in the middle of a video, just like last episode. I'm pretty sure last episode, and even lately in videos, I've just been yawning. I'm just tired, and I don't know. I'm just tired. I am running on like 4 hours of sleep, and you're pretty much 4 hours of sleep, so that's fun. You need a moment, that's fine. I've been there before. Natsuki breathes slow and calmly before locking her eyes back onto my own. I think I need to hear that. So, thank you. God damn. That gives me a small but meaningful smile. It's no problem, really. The pair of us then walk the remainder of the way to the club room. Okay, I'm a BRB. Yeah, I'm gonna get these yawns out. I'll BRB. And upon entering the club room, Natsuki makes her way over to the closet. I decided to go up to Monika. Hey, Elston. Hey, Monika. Sorry we're late. I look behind me and see Natsuki's already reading her manga. Should I tell her what happened? I went back to Monika and lower my voice. I was enough to get my way up, and I guess we lost track of time. I feel bad about lying to her, but I wouldn't feel right if I told her exactly why we took as long as we did. I'm certain Natsuki would tell her at some point. Aw, so you don't need to apologize. Besides, you know you missed much. I have a peek at the clock on the other side of the room. It's almost shy 5 minutes since the start of the meeting, so she does have a point. Also, I've read the poem you gave me at lunch. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. Thanks. Say, how many times have you read it? Maybe once or twice. Maybe more than that. How she manages to be so cute without even trying astounds me to this day. She then takes my poem out of her bag and passes it to me. Before I can put it in my pocket, though, Monika delicately holds it lower to the paper, and I swear I feel her thumbs brushing its mind for a split second. I look forward to discussing it with you. She lets go of the paper, and I slide it back into my pocket. We end up just standing in front of each other for a little while longer. We don't say anything, but just make the odd glance and smile at each other. Whilst it feels like something out of a tacky romance game, I can't help but admit that it feels nice. I mean, this is literally it's very ironic given this is literally a romance game. So, I'm just gonna chat with Natsuki now. Okay. She speaks with a blush and a nervous giggle. To be completely honest to myself, my face is just as red as hers, if not more so. I am taking a seat close to Natsuki, trying as hard as I can to hide my face. Part of me knows that if Natsuki saw me like this, I'd never hear the end of it. I even have a sneaky suspicion that Yuri would ask questions. And then, as if life was out to prove me wrong, I hear a voice whisper to me. You're doing a piss poor job of hiding how red you are, you know. I have my eyes and am greeted by Natsuki wearing a wide grin. What? What are you on about, Natsuki? You know damn well what. How she's able to keep her voice this low whilst keeping the same assertive punch as normal is astounding. Natsuki cops the seat next to mine. That to me is that I wish they were as red as you are right now. Like, I saw you two over there holding hands. I was kinda tempted to tell you to get a room. No! I'm taking my voice as low as hers as I look around the club room. Yuri's eyes have now left the pages of her book, and luckily for me, Monika seems to be wearing earphones. Well, it sure looked like it. We were just talking. I can't let her know about mine and Monika's little meeting on the roof. If she's already got the wrong idea now, God only knows what she'd think we were doing up there. You're saying that like I'd be jealous if you were. I meant it was kinda cute. Well, is she? Wait, what did she just say? Did you just? I did, yeah. You don't need to go nuts to get to the world. So sorry. There's a minute or two of awkward silence. Is it because of what Natsuki said? I'm not even entirely sure. In hopes to brighten the mood, I glance over to the cover of the volume of manga for Natsuki. Parfait Girls? If you want to judge, do so to the glass on that door. She points over to the door. You say that like you'd throw me through it. Want to fuck around and find out? I'll pass. We share a laugh at my avoided expense. Always the crazy cocky Natsuki. Okay, everyone, it's time to share poems. Yay! After fetching a poem from my pocket, quickly make my way towards Monika. She's looking forward to it. Yeah, that's very true. She's even looking forward to it. Hey, Austin. Hey, Monika, smile and wave. Hey, you want to discuss my poem? Of course. I pass it to her and she reads through one final time. Eventually, she gently lays the paper on top of the desk. Seriously, your use of imagery here is even better than yesterday's. Are you sure you haven't written poetry before? Surely it's not that good of a poem. I'm sure, don't worry. I mean, you gotta quit downplaying yourself, man. I mean, us as the main character, we're downplaying ourselves. We keep on saying, oh, we surely can't be that good. We're just downplaying it. Like, bro, your poem is that good. Just accept it already. Just accept the fact that your poem is good. Besides, do I look like the kind of guy that writes poetry in his spare time? The last part seems to cause Monika to giggle a bit. Now that you mention it, do you? Nah. Besides, even if I did, it wouldn't be as good as yours. Oh, stop. You flatter me too much, you know? I mean, it isn't necessarily flattering if it's true to some degree. It's nothing. Silence then falls over the pair of us. I think we've discussed the poem as much as we'd expected. Monika does try to say something about it to break the silence, but she stops herself each time. It's almost like she's trying to either find the right way to say it, or she's trying to suppress her thoughts altogether. Could I read your poem now? Please do. Monika hands me her notebook as I start to read. Today's poem, and I start to read. Today's poem is nowhere near as abstract as yesterday's. The subject emboldened clearly in the poem's title, The Lady Who Knows Everything. The more I read into it, though, the more the themes of seeking the impossible start to stick out, much like yesterday's work. Whereas her first poem was from the perspective of someone being held to those heightened standards, this one seems to be focused on finding that apparent legend, only for said person's expectations to be all for nothing. I know it's basically the same as yesterday's. I just want to explore from another angle. Monika's voice breaks my concentration. I enter her back her notebook. Regardless if it's the same topic, it still came out nice. There's nothing inherently wrong with exploring familiar ground. I'd say the hardest part would be writing from the mindset of somebody else, but you did that nicely as well. Thanks. Her voice shows off liking the comments she'd usually display. She doesn't seem bothered by my words though. She seems to be thinking about it. She sighs gently. I'd say that doing this has helped me explore myself a bit more. It does? For me, yeah. Put it in this way. Imagine your mind is a long hallway with doors scattered around the place. Those doors represent your thoughts. There's many rooms to explore, but the doors look the same. Once you have a peek inside, the rooms are limitless, and you'll get lost in your thoughts. Put your me helps to narrow in on those rooms and explore them a bit. Fucking hell, that got deep. Damn, that was quite poetic. You never cease to amaze me. I remember this. Did they seriously just say that? Yep, good going, dickhead. My words aren't lost on Monika. She goes a deep shade of crimson. The same goes for you. Now it's my turn to blush. Again. We remain silent for another moment or two. The air is tense in a way that I can't fully describe. Just what is this feeling? I look down at the table and notice our hands are a bit closer than before. My eyes are back up to meet Monika's own. The blush on her cheek grows, but neither her smile nor the spark in those emerald green orbs falter. That is until... Monika, can I share my poem with you now, or are you... Your soft eyes land on mine and Monika's hands, curiosity taking over her voice. Bit busy? Oh, boy. Monika looks at Yuri and then follows her gaze down to the table. She quickly retracts her hand and looks away, her face completely red. Lost for words, I pick up my poem and make my way over to Natsuki. I feel awful. Why did I say that? I doubt this will be something either of us will want to bring up. I close my eyes and sigh to myself. Premarital hand-holding, and in public no less? For shame, Austin, for shame! The sound of Natsuki berating me caused my eyes to shoot open. I always figured you were probably a perv, but not Monika. No, Natsuki, it's not like that. Don't worry, your indecency is safe with me, lover boy. I hide my face against the table. She's not helping at all. I know she's joking, but still. I raise my head with a cocky smile and a lowered voice. It best be, also tell Monika about your little hentai collection. Oh, I don't have a hentai collection. Don't worry, your indecency is safe with me. Natsuki looks about ready to choke slam me. It'd be funny if she wasn't fully capable of doing so. She relents for a sigh. Let's just get this over with. Yeah, I'll be honest. This mod, while this mod is definitely a somber one, it is so fucking funny. So fun. It's too good, man. It's too good a mod. So it has those funny, cheery moments. Despite Natsuki's joke, sharing with her went pretty well. Sharing with Yuri went okay, she seemed a bit awkward and fidgety, more so than usual. Then again, she still probably had me and Monika on her mind. Probably just a bit of curiosity. Eventually, Monika calls us out to the front. Myself, Natsuki, and Yuri make our way there. Natsuki's the first to speak up. Is this about the festival? It is, yeah. Ugh, do we have to do anything for the festival? I was curious as to what we're going to be doing. That's a good question. Transition to me. Also, one of the posters Suri helped me with the other day on the front desk. I mean, Natsuki and Yuri. Okay, and not quickly retrieved the poster, which probably advertises a poetry performance. It sounds like a fairly normal activity for a club such as this. I'm just curious how Natsuki and Yuri will react to this. I showed the rest of the group the poster, and their expressions and tones changed drastically. The one constant between the two of them is that they seem appalled at the idea displayed in the poster. Performing? No way, I'm not doing that. Do you think it's that bad of an idea? Yuri doesn't seem to have any response, and at least for a minute or two, neither does Natsuki. Eventually, she lets out a frustrated sigh. She gives Monika a stern fury look. Do you seriously think that any of us would even want any new members? Like, I can't speak for Yuri or Austin, but this club has brought me something I won't let you take from me. If I wanted anything else, I would have just joined any other stupid club. Natsuki doesn't say anything else as she holds her eyes shut. To say I'm shocked at what Natsuki said would be putting it lightly. As I look over at Monika and Yuri, I can conclude that that feeling is mutual. The four of us enter an uncomforting silence. The air conditioner seems a little bit louder today. Probably because of the silence. I go to break the silence. Oh, well, I personally think that. No, Austin, Natsuki's right. Her voice slowly breaks as she says that, looking at me with an incredibly crushed look in her eyes. It's a sharp contrast to the confidence Monika always wore in spite of anything. This time feels different, though. Almost as if Natsuki's words hit a little closer to home. Monika gives a shaky sigh before her eyes focus back onto mine. What do you think this is a good idea? After saying that, Monika walks and slumps down at the front desk and puts her hands against her head as she starts to stare blankly at the table. Though she's silent, she's trembling ever so slightly. The rest of us fall victim to the sounds from earlier. Now you've done it, Natsuki. Yuri directs disappointment in both her eyes and tone right at Natsuki. Me? All I did was speak my mind. Is that a problem? Yeah, word choice. Yeah. Maybe don't always speak your mind, Natsuki. Maybe don't always speak your mind. That's not always in the best. Let's just say, what's the word for it? Not always in the best. I don't even know anymore. Natsuki goes to fight back but relents after a quick glance over at Monika. I know the look on her face. It's one I grew quite familiar with. She's blaming herself. Before I could say anything, Natsuki's already gotten her bag and has stormed out of the classroom. Remembering our earlier conversation, I decided to follow after her. Natsuki, wait! Why? After you said look on Monika's face, I caused that. Natsuki once again gives me that same look of guilt. I try to open my mouth, but nothing comes out. More silence follows before Nat speaks up again. I'm gonna go home. I just don't feel like I belong here right now. And with that, Natsuki turns and starts going to leave. As much as I want her to come back, I'm not going to force her to do so. Chances are she'll be back tomorrow. After running my hands through my hair, I head back into the club room. Once back in, Monika still has to move from the front desk. Okay, back once again. Yuri, however, is pacing around the room almost like she's pondering her next decision. As I shut the door behind me, Yuri's gaze locks onto me as I walk toward the center of the room. This way, Yuri stands on my left whilst Monika stays on my right. This is bad. I look back at Monika, her breathing is a little louder than usual. She appears stressed out, something that before now I doubt I've ever associated with Monika. I sigh, now making eye contact with Yuri. I know. I hear gentle footsteps making their way towards me, causing me to look back. She looks right into my eyes, but the mind hidden beyond those deep lavender eyes, presumably working like clockwork as she tries to find the words to say. Not too fast though, Austin. What made you want to join this club? The emphasis on the word you makes a personal question all the more personal. I think for a bit. To be completely honest, I hadn't really decided why I joined the club beyond the atmosphere being quite relaxed. The more I think about it, the more I realize that might just be a perfectly justifiable reason for wanting to join. A nice, quiet environment to cool off, relax, maybe do a bit of reading. I'm sure most people would want that. With a sigh, I relay my thoughts back to Yuri, who just simply listens attentively. She's got a natural talent for that, I swear. I think I feel the same way. She smells with a thoughtful spark in her eyes. It's a spark that I don't usually see unless she's reading. I get why Natsuki's hesitant about new members, though. Like, who knows what getting new members would do for the atmosphere of the club? Yuri ponders this for a moment. Like a quality over quantity sort of thing. Yeah, sorta. I've only been part of the club for a couple of days, and I can tell everyone brings something special to it. I'm not opposed to getting anyone new, it's just complicated? I nod as Yuri completes my sentence. She sighs and relaxes her arms. I think I understand. I usually prefer more relaxed environments that I can share with a friend or two. It might become a bit harder to manage with more members. Not to mention more people tends to lead to more conflict, which I'd be less than appreciative of. You and I both. Yuri's eyes are focusing on me, piercing through my retinas. She's blushing faintly. Besides, I just enjoy how the club is now. Another brief moment of silence follows, however, this time there's this wired tinge of awkwardness to it all. The silence isn't broken by the sound of a chair moving against the wood floor. Austin, Yuri? Mine Yuri's shared gaze focuses on Monika, who wipes her eyes before continuing. I know I'm asking a lot with the festival, and if you're not up for it, I understand. But regardless, just know I'm really glad to call you my friends. She caps that off with an almost traditional Monika smile. Almost because there was this unshakable, somber aura to it. More than likely a sort of aftershock after what happened. Yuri and I look at each as if we're telepathically deliberating. Monika, us and I had a discussion about it, and plus we're both a bit unsure about a new member. I'm still up for helping with the festival. Same here. The smile on Monika's face tells me all I need to know. Thank you both. I'm gonna finish things up a little earlier today. We'll start the festival tomorrow. And with that, Monika goes back to the front desk whilst Yuri and I start to pack up. After Yuri leaves for the day, I linger around in the club for a bit. The room would be silent if not for the clock and the audible sound of Monika writing. I think for a bit about whether I should ask Monika if she wants to walk back home together. I can't explain why, but Monika's initial reaction to Natsuki's words reminded me of the day Sora told me about her depression. Just this expression of hopelessness. I'll walk up to the desk she's at and kneel down to her level. Hey, Monika? Yeah? She looks up to me, my gaze. Her eyes seem a little drained. I was just wondering. Come on, Austin, keep it together. Would you like to walk home together? Monika smiles weakly. I'd love to, but... Her voice chills off cheek as her gaze fixates on the small stack of paper beside her. School stuff? She nods, seeming quite down. I think a bit more. Tomorrow, maybe? She looks back at me, her smile returning once more. If I'm free, then absolutely. I smile back. That definitely seemed to cheer her up a little. I turned her towards the door, and once Monika and I bid goodbye to each other, I'm off back home. Alright. I definitely enjoyed this remastered series. I just replaying through this mod, it's definitely pretty nice. It's definitely very nice, I have to say. It's just the remastered series is just, it brings new quality to the playthrough of this mod, and I'm really enjoying it. So, the walk back home was a quiet one, mostly dominated by my thoughts about the club meeting. Maybe Soraya was there, things might have gone differently. It seems that she has a natural talent for easing people's stress. That being said, I can't help but feel bad for Monika. Again, I don't know what's getting me what she said, but regardless of that, it definitely hurt her. Maybe I should have stayed a bit longer? I think I lied to myself as I unlocked my door. Once inside, I rest my back against the wall and head to the kitchen. I'm a little hungry, so I quickly make myself a chicken sandwich and grab a loose can of Pepsi to help wash it down. While eating, I contemplate whether to text Sarah about the incident at club. I know Monika will more than likely fill her in since she's our vice president after all. Fuck it, I'll text her. I whip my phone out and get texting. Hey, Sarah, Monika tell you about what happened today? Isn't long until my phone pings in response. Yeah, she told me. Also, Natsuki apologized. That helps ease my mind a bit. I text her again. That's a relief. Sari and I ended up texting for much longer than I thought we would. All the while, my mind goes back to Monika. I can't explain why, but I'm wondering how she's doing. I contemplate asking Sari if she has her number, but that'd be a bit weird to ask, right? I mean, yeah, Sari knows and seems very hopeful that something may happen, but it's a whole other can of worms asking for her number. Part of me kind of likes to humor the thought, though. Monika's bedroom around 3 hours later. Oh, so now we're in the perspective of Monika, huh? Why do I still feel bad about lying to him? It's not even that I had that much to do, so it wouldn't have hurt that much to walk with him. But hey, at least I've got something to look forward to tomorrow. I tossed and turned on my sheets, unable to shake off these feelings. I've suppressed them for so long that I thought they weren't there anymore. Why am I trying to hide it? I sigh, curling up and grab one of my pillows and cling to it. As my breathing steadies, he pops in my head once again, causing my grip on the pillow to tighten. Even when he's not here, he manages to comfort me. Maybe that schoolgirl crush of mine never truly died. Hey, just like we said with the schoolboy crush. Oh! The dread sound of my alarm wakes me up. If it wasn't for the fact that it was my phone, I would have thrown it against the wall years ago. With a long tired sigh, I force myself up and stretch before getting into my morning routine. Hey, I got an alarm too, except for I am consistently waking up before it. So, I start Friday morning drag on too bloody long, but hey, I'm here now. As usual, I check my timetable for today's classes. For fuck's sake. With a sigh, I remind myself that my first class today is with Kurosawa. If there's a hoe, I'm certain they would be preferable to his classes. Grumbling all the way with dread, I make my way into school. As we reach the door to the classroom, a familiar face catches my eye. Yuri? Yuri gasps in surprise as her eyes look into mine. She catches her chest to ease her breathing. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. You didn't scare me, Austin. I just didn't expect you here this early. That's itself. Try not to scare anyone else. A brief moment of silence then follows before I try to spark some form of conversation. How are you finding Kurosawa's classes? Frustrating if I must be honest. My grades might be good, but I just wish the classes were easier to digest. Makes two of us. As I lift my bag against the wall, neither me or Yuri say another word. That is until Yuri gets next to me. I turn and notice she has the same faint blush on her cheeks from yesterday. You okay? Yes, I was just wondering if we could... She puzzled momentarily, but I soon hear her mumble. He's going to think I'm weird. Yuri? I was wondering if we could sit together in class today. I know Kurosawa's strict with those things, but the singing plan ain't one of them. Still, it's not usually something you'd get nervous about asking. Then again, this is Yuri after all. I know being upfront about this isn't something she's confident with. In a way, it's kind of admirable. Yeah, of course. Yuri beams. Her efforts have paid off. As if on cue, the bell then rings and we head inside. Hopefully it skips the class. I can't help but notice Yuri seems a little more lively during class. It's not to see, of course, but I get the feeling that there's more to her coming than she's letting on. Like much more than she's letting on. The bell finally rings for lunch and I head out of class and straight for the rooftop. It felt quite relaxing yesterday, so why not? And here we are. Before I sit down, I catch a glimpse of Monika, causing my heart to beat more steadily as a smile comes from my face. I guess Monika must have heard me as she looks back, smiling and waving back equally cheerily. Hey, Austin. I went back, smiling back at her. Hey. I go over and sit next to her. A faint blush overcomes the pair of us, but Monika seizes the moment and sparks conversation as we start to eat. So how's your day been? It's been okay so far. I start first looking at Monika and then out to the skyline. Kurosawa's class was, well, the usual. And by the usual, I mean it dragged like hell. But I managed to get a chuckle out of Monika. Anything else? Nothing much, no. How about you? Oh, I'm doing great. Monika follows my gaze to the surrounding cityscape. We remain like this for a few moments, just the two of us staring longingly out to the seemingly never-ending space around us. It feels a tinge romantic if I'm being honest. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice that Monika has inched herself ever so closer to me. My heart slowly but surely starts to increase. She then lets out a short, gentle yawn and, to my surprise, rests her head on my shoulder. As much as my instincts tell me to be shocked, it actually feels quite natural. You good? I feel her nod against my shoulder. Yeah, just a bit tired. I playfully nudge her, causing her to giggle gently. Do I have to get you a can of coffee before club? I jokingly taunt her. Sure, it's far from the best. She looks up at me a little surprised. If you wanna. She seems a little flustered. Again, I was joking initially. However, her reaction would make me feel a little bad if I didn't. I insist. I speak feigning confidence in my own words. It's a response that makes her smile either way. The bell then rang, signaling the final third of the school day. Monika takes herself off my own and we start heading back down. Imagine if anyone saw that. I mean, doesn't he say that? In a way, I'm thankful that people rarely come up here. If anybody's seen Monika lay it on me like that, God, we'd never hear the end of it. Exactly. Once Monika and I head back down, we walk for a bit as we make our way to class. Some of the students that were near the stairwell did give the pair of us suspicious looks, but not one word was said. Thank whichever DD is out there for that. Eventually, we find ourselves outside my IT class, one of the other few classes I actually enjoy. I'll see you at the club, okay? I speak, grabbing door handles as I do so. See you then. She then goes off to her own class with a noticeable bounce to her step. I then head inside and take my seat. Admittedly, my focus during class is almost non-existent. Monika dominates the most part of my thoughts. I find myself sighing as I get lost in my head. I've really fallen for this girl, haven't I? Yep, you indeed have, but she has also fallen for you. So, not only have we fallen for her, but she's fallen for us. So, I mean, it's gonna be pointed out, but us and Monika kind of fallen for each other, so yeah. After the 6th and final class of the day drags to its end, I make my way into the corridor and into the nearest vending machine. Making good on my promise from earlier, I pull out some coins and get 2 cans of coffee. One for myself and one for Monika. After I put them in my pockets, I start making my way up to the club. It's a mostly silent walk until a voice catches my attention. Austin? I turn around and sure enough, you're standing right there. Oh hey, Yuri, you just get out? Yes. Yuri says quite shyly. No worries, anyway, I'm just about to head up to the club. You want to walk with? Or, I'd like that, yes. I then make enough space for Yuri to get next to me, and we start to walk up. Alright. The walk with Yuri was quiet. Though after how hectic my last class was, it was genuinely therapeutic. I opened the clubroom door and we both head in, initially going our separate ways before we were stopped by Natsuki. There you two are. I was right, I'd be the only one in today. Natsuki's voice comes off more as a concerned whine. Although that does bring up an important question. Monika's not here yet? Natsuki focuses her attention on me. Why are you looking at me like that? That's why she didn't tell you that she'd be late, Austin. Wait, why? Well, else would you two have been on the roof earlier? Making out during school? Oh, it's how confident you are. Whilst Natsuki seems to be reveling in my current embarrassment, Yuri seems pretty curious. It's not like we planned to meet up together. Also, where did Nat get the idea that Monika and I were making out? Unless it was those students from the stairwell? I sighed deeply. Natsuki, it wasn't... Oh, it wasn't? What else could... Damn it, Pinkie Pie's not like... These are the lines I fucking love. It's goddamn hilarious. My face probably looks like a beat right now. My comment seems to lighten Yuri's mood a bit with her busting out into laughter. Natsuki, however, looks like she could rush me and make my nose as red as my cheeks. Again, it'd be funny if she wasn't capable of it. She goes to say something, but the door opens. Sorry, I'm late. Oh, here comes an even better line. Oh, don't worry, anyone. Natsuki goes to say something, but I quickly interject, pointing my thumb in her direction. Strawberry Shortcake over here was worried. That's where you're most of the laughter. No, sure. Oh my god, dude. I'm cracking up right now. As I said, better line. Oh my god, now being joined by Monika. Natsuki scowls at me. Either she's pissed or she's burst a blood vessel. Monika, could you please tell your boyfriend to behave himself? Boyfriend? My, I had no idea you were into shipping your fellow club members, Natsuki. As the final frustrated goal was from Natsuki, both she and Yuri go to their usual activities whilst Monika and I head to the front desk. From across the room, Natsuki gives both a playful glare of suspicion. She can't be a pain in the ass, but I kinda like that. It's nice having a friend where you can tease each other to kingdom come, but no one gets just that. Jokes. Once Monika sits down, I take one of the cans out of my pocket and place it on the desk. Jokes presses the can and then back at me. Austin? I told I would. I smile at her, trying to drink out of my own can. Monika smiles back, but she seems a lot more fidgety than usual. You didn't have to do that, you know? But I wanted to. And I just thought that it'd be... Thank you. Monika breaks through by stammering with her voice in a gentle, sincere smile. We remain silent like this for about a minute, until Natsuki's shrill voice breaks the spell. For Christ's sake, in a room, you two! Both our faces flush over with a blush, though Monika seems to be a bit deeper than mine. Not being arsed with another name calling contest with her, I flip Natsuki the bird with a smug grin on my face. Natsuki does the same. Bloody gremlin. I turn back to Monika, who's smiling through a thick veil of crimson. Sorry about Natsuki. No, it's okay. Just Natsuki being Natsuki, I suppose. There's a moment of silence between us two, aside from a few nervous giggles from Monika as we drink our coffee. After finishing, I take both cans and put them in the bin. Also, Monika, now that I'm gonna try get some reading done as I make my way to the bookshelf. I pick up a smaller book, head to a nearby desk, and start to read. Austin? Your soft, curious tones break my focus on the book. She's sitting next to me before she continues, keeping her voice low. And this probably comes off as being a bit intrusive, but I'm just kinda curious. She looks over at the front desk. I follow her gaze and see Monika writing. A smile soft forms in my face, though it quickly fades as I look back at Yuri. About Monika, I keep my voice as low as hers. She nods. Are you too? You know. I think you're telling her. God damn it. It doesn't take me too long to click on what she's trying to ask. As much as I wish that was the case. No, we're not. A bit more awkward silence. I decided to break it. Did you think that we were? To be honest, yes. At least I thought there was something between you both, but I wasn't sure what. Besides, I think that Monika would be quite fortunate. It's not like you felt that way about her, Austin. I swore the blow of my body's migrated to my face by this point. Nah, you're being too kind. There's no way she feels like that. I laugh, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't have my suspicions. I don't know, Austin. I wouldn't have asked about her if I didn't think there might be something brewing between you two. And I did talk with Monika before first break, and you did come up more than once. That's all I'll say on that subject. Or you giggles softly. Now I'm just left with a few more questions. So since Monika talks about us, home sharing seemed to go by a little quicker today. After I finished with Monika, she called Natsuki and Yuri over to join us. Alright. Okay, with the festival being on Monday, I thought it'd be good to sort out something to entice people to have a look inside. I already know what I want to do. I think some burst of enthusiasm isn't lost on anyone, especially Monika. Cookies will definitely do the trick, but we may need a lot of them for the event. And enough for us so that we can have some afterwards, of course. Can't blame Monika for wanting some just for the club. I also think that nuts baking is some of the best I've ever had. Challenge accepted, Miss President. Besides, making badges ain't nothing new for me. Isn't that right, Yuri? Indeed. Yuri audibly humps as if reminiscing about something rather delicious. Monika then turns to Yuri. Now, Yuri, admittedly, I did kind of struggle thinking of something you could do, but I was talking with Suri last night and she came up with something that I thought suited you. Oh? Yuri's interest visibly peaks. Well, we both know you adore atmosphere. Maybe you could do something to enhance the mood during the poem recital? Then this is over for a moment. With all smile, then carves itself onto her lips. That sounds wonderful. She's ecstatic. Again, from what I can tell, it's a rare moment for her. But it's a delight to see nevertheless. Wanting to focus in on me with a nervous smile. Now, Austin, I couldn't really think of anything you could do. Both Natsuki and Yuri have some hefty tasks, so it'd probably go a long way to help either of them out. Is Monika suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? That being said, I've got no idea what Monika's on about doing this weekend. Just out of curiosity, what are you planning to do, Monika? Monika seems a little surprised by my question. Well, I was gonna print out the pamphlets. If I'm being completely honest with myself, I might be better off helping Monika. I've got no idea what Yuri would be playing for the event. On top of that, I've not baked since I was a kid, and I'd be nowhere near as good as Natsuki either way. Looking back at all three girls, I make my decision. I think it'd be best to help Monika. Each of the girls' faces tell a different story. Monika seems genuinely surprised, Yuri smiles off to the side, and Natsuki is, well, excellent plan. If we don't get any members after the festival, you and Moni can always make some. Oh, brother, and here is the moment where... Yup. Yeah. Oh, jeez. I can't say I didn't expect her to say that. This is Natsuki after all. Judging by their expressions, Monika seems beyond bewildered, while Yuri seems oddly mortified. Good lord, Natsuki. No, it's not like that. Yeah, sure it's not. I roll my eyes. The club is then filled with the awkward silence to end all awkward silences. Thanks, nah. All the while, Yuri's looking around the room until her expression changes in a way that gives me the impression that she's remembered something. Just out of curiosity, what's Yuri going to be doing? I forgot to ask her. She says that part to herself before muttering something under her breath. If you want, I can always call her and see what she wants to do. You sure she's gonna be okay with that? I mean, there's really only one way to find that out for sure. As I speak, I retrieve my phone from my pocket and start to dial. Hiya, Austin. Hey, Isaiah. She sounds a little groggy, but no, as bad as yesterday. Can I just put you on speakerphone? Yeah? I then do so and place my phone in the closet in the nearby desk. On the closet nearby. Okay. What's going on? Well, we're doing some stuff for the festival this weekend, and we got something for everyone. Except you. Monika gets slowly embarrassed about the whole situation. What's everyone else doing again, Monika? Well, Austin and I were gonna print the pamphlets, Natsuki's gonna be baking, Yuri's gonna be sorting out some atmospheric enhancements. As her thinks to herself, Monika makes her way to the front of the front desk. Wow. To the front. Oh. I swear to God, there's so many spelling errors in this mod. It's a great mod, but there's so many spelling errors. I swear to God, it feels like I'm having a stroke reading. Natsuki and Yuri eagerly wait for Suri's response. I think I've got an idea. You free on Saturday, Yuri? I am, yes. Any Yuri planning for it? Yuri's taking this more seriously than I'm used to. She's full of surprises like that. Let's think about a banner, maybe. Maybe we could do that. That'd give the banner enough time to dry. That'd be delightful, say Yuri. Yuri smiles to herself. I can gather that her mind is already racing. And Natsuki? Yeah? I think we could bake the cupcakes on Sunday. Natsuki's eyes sparkle. Hell yeah, we can. That way the cupcakes will be fresh for the festival. Love your thinking, girl. Let's pray the story doesn't scoff all the cupcakes before the festival. Who am I kidding? Like Natsuki would let that happen. I pick my phone up off the table and take it off speaker. You're a lifesaver, Sayo. Naturally, I'm relieved that we've all got someone to work with over the weekend. It's no biggie, Austin. Besides, gives you more time with Moni. My eyes widen. We're not. I'll talk to you later. I grumble with a sigh. Suri giggles. Bye. She hangs up and I go over to Monika. Thanks for the save there, Austin. I really owe you one. It's nothing. Plus, should you be thanking Suri rather than me? Maybe. But still, thank you both for being okay with this. Of course I'm okay with this. I did join the club. It's really the least I can do. Rather than say anything, Monika smiles sweetly at me. The smile that says 1,000 words. What those words are, I don't know. Just wondering, is there anything else planned for today? Not really, no. Well, on the skin, you already know. You can get packed up if you wanna. Monika goes off to tell both girls that they can leave. As I'm putting everything back into my bag, I'm thinking to myself, dude, what the fuck are these errors? No hate to the writers, but I mean, come on, dude. Like, what? I feel like I'm literally having a stroke reading this. I feel like I'm genuinely like having a stroke reading some of these lines. Like, dear lord, bro. I guess it's been Sunday with Monika. I think it's my feelings towards her making me more anxious. Either that or the fact that I never expected that to ever be a reality. Screw it, it's both those reasons. By the time I made sure my bag is shut, I noticed that Natsuki and Yuri have already left. As I sling my bag over my shoulder, I noticed Monika walking over in my direction. Hey, Austin. She smiles sweetly with a smile back. Oh, hey, Monika. You want anything? Well, remember how you wanted to walk together yesterday? I nodded, knowing how dumb the idea sounded in hindsight. Honestly, what was I thinking? Like someone like her, or what? Well, I'm free today. Does the offer still stand? Wait, what? Of course it does. I swear this girl knows how to get a reaction out of me. Although that smile on her face, she's overjoyed by the prospect. Then again, she did say yesterday that if she was free, she'd be up for it. Maybe it's something I can ask Suri about later? So ready to go? Ready when you are. And then we make our way out of the club with Monika locking up behind us. Ooh, special walk with Monika. The walk with Monika is quiet at first, but as soon as we've left the campus, our walk becomes a lot more lively. Obviously, we talk about the club and the festival for a bit, as you'd expect us to. However, our talk becomes a lot more musical like that. Looks like that's at least one thing we do have in common. That's not a bad thing either. She sounds incredibly passionate about it herself, especially when it comes to the piano. It's not long until we find ourselves outside my house. Honestly, if I knew you were this passionate, I'd have lent you one of my keyboards. You'd do that? Of course I would. I've got to stop this stupid grin of mine. Besides, not only are you my friend, but you're clearly passionate, so it's only right for me to help you. Monika looks away for a moment, faintly blushing but obviously smiling. Her eyes seem to look back onto mine. You're too kind. It's nothing, really. I chuckle as I brush off her compliment. There's a moment of silence between us. It's only the pair of us are trying to find the right words to say. I decide to break the silence. Anyway, I guess I could get going now. I wish my keys in my pocket as the realization hits me. You gonna be able to get home from here? Monika giggles cutely. Of course I will. She then points further down the street, with me catching a glimpse of the more well-off part of the street. It's about 20 or so minute walk back. In that case, should I give you my number? Of course. We then quickly exchange numbers, the whole thing proving less awkward than it played out in my head. Also, be okay if we did the printing at your house? I don't actually have a printer at home. I'm cool with that, yeah. I was sad with how confident I just sounded. Monika gives me a relieved smile. See you Sunday? I'll text you when I'm home. She smiles as we bid one another goodbye. I retreat back inside and slow my bag on the couch. My heart's racing in anticipation for Monika's visit this weekend. Am I too excited for this? Whether I am or not, I don't really care. Just gotta make sure I'm not too much of a pain in the ass. True. I got a familiar view of my house. All the way there, I've been humming a little tune to myself. It's a tune I wrote back in the second year. I think I still have the lyrics I wrote for it. Well, the ones I finished anyway. I approach the door and open it. Normally, I would have unlocked it, but Mom's got a day off today. I shut the door behind me and take my shoes off. I call out, Mom, I'm home. Welcome home, sweetie. I head toward the living room. I sit on the couch and let my back slump next to me. I look towards the window, a thoughtful yet happy smile forming across my lips. Usually Sunday is the one day in the week where I can somewhat afford to laze about after a stressful week. It hasn't taken Mom long to notice my chipper mood. Someone seems happy. Huh? As I head back down to Mom's eye level, slightly surprised. You just seem like you were daydreaming. Haven't seen you doing that for a while now. You got something on your mind? Or somebody, perhaps? My heart skips a beat momentarily. I gently scratch at the back of my neck and nervously laugh. It's nothing, really. Just got the festival on my mind. Even the densest person alive will be able to call my bluff. Mom only chuckles. Your smile says otherwise, hun. I look away from Mom and cover myself with my hands, more so to hide the fact that I've started to blush. Mom's always had a habit of reading people's minds. She's read about 85% of the time, and this time certainly counts as part of that 85%. After realizing my reaction is definitely more of a giveaway than anything, I slide my hands down from my face and rest them on my lap. Monika looks at me quizzically. I take a deep breath as my eyes dart towards her. You wouldn't have to remember me ever mentioning someone called Austin, would you? God, this sounds so much better in my head. Mom thinks for a moment until something seems to click. I remember him. Well, how much you went on about him last year anyway. Mom laughs playfully at my expense. Surely I didn't mention him that much. I smirk and roll my eyes. To be honest, I always thought he was your boyfriend. Mom! My voice must be redder than tomato at this point. I breathe to a point where I can think straight again. Anyway, are you going over to his place on Sunday to sort some stuff out for the festival? Ah, okay. I saw a mischievous smirk that forms across her lips. Although, are you really working a festival prep? Or is this just some elaborate scheme to hook up with your secret lover? Damn it, Mom. First Natsuki, now you. I find myself hiding behind my hands again. Relax, Monika, I'm only teasing. I lower my head so that my eyes are uncovered. I'm not even trying to mask the open smile I've got. Like, I do like him. It's just... I throw my head back in a mix of mouth frustration and sheer. I was gonna say, I really pronounced that wrong. Wow, and sheer embarrassment. Christ, why is this so awkward? I look back down to Mom as she gets up and walks towards me. She gently rests a hand on my shoulder. I know I'm probably not the best person to ask for relationship advice. You can still with your father, for God's sake. But I do think you should at least ask him. Doesn't hurt to ask, you know? I mean, not necessarily. For all I know, he could be thinking the same thing. Either that, or I need to ease it with the romance novels. I might do. Just gotta find the right time. Just as I say that, I turn as my ears pick up the sound of a car pulling up on the driveway. That can only mean one thing. I look back at Mom and her expression mirrors my own. I grab my bag and speak rather hushed and hurriedly. I'll see you at dinner. Mom nods before I turn to head upstairs. Yeah, in case none of you remember, in case none of you played this mod, watched any videos on it, or watched my specific playthrough on this mod originally, well, her dad is kinda, let's just say, not the greatest. Kind of abusive. I practically bolt upstairs, only catching a brief glimpse of Dad. If you heard about my plans, I know exactly how he'd react. I'd really hate to cancel on Austin. Hell, regardless of whether we were taking on part of the festival, I'd still go see him. As soon as I get to my room, I take my blazer off and hang it on the back of the door. I then head to my bed and fall back onto it. Exhaling, my mind drifts towards Sunday. Despite my excitement, I am admittedly nervous. Who knows what could happen? I could keep quiet and come off as incredibly awkward, or I could confess and wreck a friendship I've only just restarted. Yet the more I think of it, the more my doubts start to fade. After all, Austin was the one that said he wanted to work with me, just like he did back in second year. Not to mention the way he looks at and how happy he seems when we're together. I smile sheepishly to myself and close my eyes, my mind repeating all the thoughts I've had since I've met him. I've decided. When the time is around Sunday, I'll confess. Whether he feels the same way or not, part of me just wants him to know. I feel my chest tighten. I place my hand gently on my chest and take an audible deep breath. My eyes then shoot open as I hear my phone's message tone go off. I get up from my bed and go to fetch my phone from my blazer pocket. I turn the screen on and sure enough, it's a text from Austin. You can do this, Monika. I say to myself, you can do this. I can do this. Alright. Well, it seems that it is already Sunday. I wake up early to make sure I have enough time to wash and clean up before Monika gets here. I look like my phone is just gone 5, definitely got time. To the bathroom, yeah, we don't need this. We're gonna make a good team. Not like stupid. It does seem like kind of dumb thing to do. Ask. Maybe I shouldn't have skipped through it. Oh, go and be like outside of school. I'm just selection to go for. I didn't white shirt. I look like to be a side character in my own anime. Well, before we go any further with this mod, with this remastered playthrough, hope you guys enjoyed. This will do it. This will do it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed this one, Doki Doki, within Remastered. Be sure to subscribe if you're new and you want to see more content on the channel. If you want to see more Doki Doki and other gaming content, Be sure to click in that bell, turn on your post notifications, making it all so that you're notified whenever I post a video. So then I make content. Hope you guys enjoyed. Next time, we'll be seeing how things go with Festival Pro with Monika and hanging out with her, I guess, today in the mod. See you all next time, Doki Doki within Remastered. Peace.